morning, everybody. Today is July 19th, 2020. My name is Will McDonald. I'm here in Adelaide, South Australia, and I'm here to talk paintball collections, and I don't know, anything like that. In the chat, I know I've got 3Pop, Amanda, Easy. I got my mom and my dad, and Dwayne just popped in to wish me good luck as well. Dwayne, I hope you're going to stick around for a little while because I do have a shout out for you, whether you like it or not. Let me see here. First up, I'm not going to steal Dwayne's thunder with the birthdays, but I did see it was Josh Natale's birthday this morning, today. Sorry, guys. And Josh is an old friend and teammate of mine. You can see him here, photo by Birch Photography, at the Wagga 3-man, wearing his RC jersey and shooting his CCM. So Easy, hopefully you appreciate that photo there. I mentioned last week that I was going to try to feature some photographers and some of their collections. I referred to it as the Photographers Union. And I did get a submission from Chris Grosvenor, he's the photographer. Chris shoots paint. And he says he doesn't have like a media jersey or anything, so he just sent me some of the jerseys he wears when he's playing. I think he's borrowing this Southeast Cartel jersey. Speaking of Southeast Cartel, I need some of those guys to start answering their phone calls because I'm trying to buy one of those jerseys. And he's also got this Southeast Syndicate jersey. This is Chris Grosvenor's jersey here. And there it is on the back as well. So I've got some more photographers to showcase in upcoming episodes as well. I also got this one from Carl Simpson. That is a pretty sweet lineup there. So that is Carl Simpson's 6 series winning jerseys. So Super 7s jerseys from what I'm assuming is your left to right. You've got 3 SWAT jerseys, there's 2 Envious jerseys, and then the one on the far right is the most recent Raw jersey. And there's a lot of metal hanging above those jerseys. Amanda, you think I'll struggle to get a Cartel jersey? Well, maybe. I was chatting to a couple of the lads just before this COVID stuff hit, and it was almost a lock, and then things happen. So Carl sent me those. He also sent me this one, and in this one is his first tournament jersey and semi-pro series winning jersey, which I'm assuming is the one on the far left, which is Bitchin', which through Scotty Martin's podcast, which I'm going to mention in just a minute, I've learned how critical that team has been in the building of teams and just sort of like the launching point for so many people's playing careers. He's got his first pro jersey, first pro series winning jersey, first pro series winning jersey with his own team. So it looks like we've got Bitchin' and then 2 SWAT and then Envious, which was the team that he helped form. Now the reason I'm bringing up Carl is because he is featured in Scotty's most recent episode of Down Under Paintball. Now I have not had a chance to see this episode. I do a pretty good job of keeping up with Scotty, but he moves pretty fast these days. He's moving really fast. What's interesting about this episode, even though I haven't seen it, is if you check out the YouTube option, you can also see some video and photo montages that Carl has put together to kind of pair with the podcast because the Simpson boys have been collecting video footage for a long time. They talk about doing it for just for training purposes, watching the film. So get around Scotty, he's doing good stuff. Now, speaking of podcasts, the Play the Game podcast is kind of like one of the newer podcasts that's around, but man, it's definitely got staying power. And for the newest episode, they sit down with Maddie Marshall, and the episode is like 3+ hours, and it's marked as part 1. But it's Maddie Marshall, so it probably deserves that much time. I've listened to maybe an hour and a half or so of it so far, and who doesn't have time for Maddie Marshall? He talks a lot about his drive to create the drama. He talks about the conflict and crisis that's necessary for entertainment, for sports, to engage people, and he talks about it at like a biological level. It's pretty interesting, so you should check that out. So that's on the Play the Game podcast with Marcelo and Tyler. But he's also gotten around to the 100th episode of the Playing On podcast with Carl Markowski. Again, I haven't heard it yet, but I do support Carl Markowski and what he does. And again, who doesn't want to listen to Matty Marshall? Now, I see I have the man Scotty in the chat. I hope you heard that I just gave your podcast a shout, as I always do. All right, let's talk about some jerseys that are out and about right now. So this one caught my eye because this is the 2020 edition OTL Thunder jersey collaboration. So obviously Seattle Thunder is a pro team in the NXL, and you can see that's Patty Gleason's name and number there. So Patty Gleason is, I guess, a founder of OTL, which is Off the Leash. And so I don't know too much about it, but to me it strikes me as sort of like a training regime and guidance through not only your exercise regime, but also just like your mindset and mentality. And so it sounds like Patty is working through OTL with Seattle Thunder, and I don't know the make of that jersey off the top of my head, forgive me. To kind of create a set of jerseys that you can buy and have your name and number put on the back. And apparently you just have to reach out to Patty Gleason himself. Just message him personally if you're interested in following up on that. And OTL does have its own podcast as well. I have listened to a few of them. It's not so much paintball as much as that sort of like mindset and approach to betterment sort of stuff, which is great. And Patty knows a lot about that. That guy has been through some things. All right, let me see right here. PBHQ Australia. So Dwayne saying his commentary is ultra important to the league. Competitive paintball isn't the best spectator sport. It would be unwatchable without him and Go Sports efforts. I agree. Oh yeah, and it is an under jersey. Yep. Yeah, I agree, Dwayne. Matty just adds so much value to the watchability of paintball. All right, what else have we got here? I also saw Nikki T repost this one. No, I can't zoom in on this one on mine. So it's an Anthrax jersey. So there's a team Spectrum out of Great Britain, I believe. And apparently this team is 100%, fields 100% people with autism spectrum. And so they've created this jersey in a collaboration with Anthrax, I guess to raise money, raise awareness, to help support the team. And again, this team Spectrum is 100% sort of staffed by individuals with autism, which is pretty wild. So I saw Nikki T spruiking that. And speaking of Nikki T, who has helped me out a lot, he's a very generous individual. You should check out his YouTube channel, True to Knology. He posts new videos every Monday and Friday. And this guy's just a community builder, and that means a lot to me. All right, now, Dwayne, in addition to PBHQ, he is working on this project, Paintball in Pop Culture, which I'm lucky enough to be a part of. And you should check it out. These are very light, 8-minute little segments showing pieces of like pop culture movies, TV shows that showcase or just have paintball in them, whether they're featured well or poorly. And we kind of break it down and give it a rating, but it's all just for fun. And this week's most recent episode was Failure to Launch, which features the input from Jessie Maiallo, who is a legend, who has also helped me out a lot on this show as well. She's a great champion of the sport. So check that out. Now, while we're talking about Dwayne, I want to talk about this photo. This is from a couple of weeks ago. Dwayne often, showcases different images that photographers capture, and he seemed to relish taking an opportunity to use this photo in particular just to make some announcements about the week to come. And this is his boy, Hindmarsh. Forgive me, I don't know his first name. Dwayne, help me out. I normally would, but on the spot I don't remember. And he's obviously lighting me up at Dwayne's 3-man tournament. And that's fair enough, you know. It's a bit of a wind-up. It's fair enough. That's what we do around here. That's cool. And then the next week, he used the exact same image. Jack Heinmarsh. Thanks, Dwayne. So glad you're still with me. He used the same image. Now, some people might think that's a bit lazy. I just figured he's going in and taking the extra moment to, you know, stick the knife in a little bit further. That's cool. I figure if he didn't care, he wouldn't bother. Now, let me just, oh no, my video's not working. Oh no. Can I fix this on the fly? I don't know that I can fix this on the fly. Hold on a second. My poor attempt at ribbing into Dwayne is not going so well. All right. Well, anyway, I'll try to get away with it. Now, I have been on paintball fields for many, many years, and since 2007 I've been, you know, making tapes, video recording, and that sort of thing. I've had cameras running. And if I look through all my footage, I could probably find a few clips of Dwayne getting shot, but I don't have that kind of time to just go through all my footage and find pictures of Dwayne getting shot. But I would like to just show this one video, and maybe I can just get this one video sorted before I cut to it, because Dwayne's a very modest guy, and he doesn't hold himself to the, you know, he often criticizes his own paintball prowess. Now, I hope that you can hear me over this one, but I just chose this one video footage to offer my care of Dwayne. So I love this footage. There's Dwayne right there, 89. He's locking down that tape side. He's holding down the tape side. Now, Alex Wallace, teammate, probably noticed he's locking down that tape side and runs inside, and he's like, oh, Dwayne's got my tape. I'm going to commit to the inside. So Alex is on the inside trying to do work because Dwayne's got his tape. But, yeah, Dwayne didn't have his tape. So, anyway, I just wanted to share that moment. We can watch it one more time. I just wanted to share that moment just to offer my care to Dwayne. If I didn't care, I wouldn't bother Dwayne. So there's Alex again. He's like, oh, Dwayne's got my tape. Dwayne's got my tape. No worries. I'm going to get it done in here. I'm going to look inside. Everything's good. Everything's good. So anyway, there it is. Sorry for my technical difficulties. I should have taken more care with that one. All right, what else have I got to talk about? Oh, okay. So there's a couple of cool things in the marketplace lately. I don't have a lot to show off here, but I did notice somebody showing off a bit of Ollie Lang flex, some old school Iron Kids headbands, and Dynasty Ironman jerseys there. This one was interesting. Easy, I hope you're still in the chat. This looks like an old school NYX jersey. Dwayne's saying we had 4 players alive there. We're all looking Dorito side. Hey, any given Sunday. I think that was a Saturday, but still. So easy, old school NYX jersey, and looking at this, it's got heaps of autographs. It's a Draxis sponsorship there. It's definitely not a current one. I asked what the year was on this one, and then the post was removed. So I don't know if somebody sold this jersey, decided not to sell the jersey, I don't know. But I thought that was cool, and I imagine if it sold, it would have gone for a fair amount. And then John Dresser, I believe, was selling these. There's some killer jerseys in there, and on the back you can see the players as well. There's a Lasoya jersey in there, so that's quite a collection. And then there's this Venomware phenomena. Now, many people know Sandana and Venomware, and the original Venomware stuff just goes for a ridiculous amount of money, and somebody was selling an old Tiger Stripe Venomware jersey here, and I believe, you might be able to see better than I, they were looking for $1,800 for this jersey, which is madness. Madness. And then lastly, somebody was selling a Montresor jersey, and this is just sort of interesting. There's I don't want to say it was controversial, but in the light of his recent passing, there was a lot of debate about the appropriateness of selling off his jerseys, and there was some moral conflicts around trying to seek out his mates and teammates and ensure that they had their the jerseys that they would want and that sort of thing. It was a positive sale, but it was just kind of interesting. And there was a lot of pro friends of Montresor who were in the chat saying, no, this is fine, this needs to happen, it's all good. But it was just kind of interesting to see. All right, now without further ado, and hopefully without any further technical difficulties, I've got Jared Baker back with me. He and I sat down and chatted more about his collection. Many weeks ago, he and I chatted, and he showed off a portion of a very impressive collection. And he's back, and we probably have one more after today to do as well. But here's about a 5-minute video with Jared as he walks us through his most I guess his hallway with a lot of Dynasty jerseys and then some. So take a few minutes and stick around for Jared, and hopefully I get this bit right. Cool. I've got Jared Baker, and the last time you and I were talking, Jared, you were, I don't know what room, is it your lounge room, I think? And
yep.
We could see down the hallway, you had some OG jerseys. I remember seeing a Todd Martinez jersey down that hallway. So let's see what you got down that hallway.
All right, let's go for a walk. So that's the Todd Martinez one.
Yep, pinstripe.
Black pinstripe. Signed. He signed that for me at World Cup. He walked down from the booth commentating to sign it for me, which was pretty cool.
Nice.
My Ryan Greenspan. This is one of those Max jerseys again.
I see
the same as
the monkey with the gun logo on there.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's Gorilla Air. Is that Gorilla Air?
Yeah, that's Gorilla Air. You got
okay.
some old ones, CP, and the RPS. So it's got some old logos on that one. This is a Greenspan pinstripe, black pinstripe, which once again is signed. And Alex Frazier pinstripe, nice. Blue one. So that's the hallway.
Alex Frazier just did a interview on the Play the Game podcast with Marcelo and Tyler Harmon. It was pretty good to hear his what he's been up to. He's
a really cool dude too.
Yeah, I get that impression. I think I'd get along with him.
So in this room, obviously, was Infamous's room, but is now past.
Yeah.
But this is a Greg Sewers jersey. This is the year that they won one of the Dallas event, maybe. And the thing that's rare about this one is Greg Sewers is usually number 14, and he's obviously got number 1 on here. I think someone already had his number. All 3 of these jerseys people would recognize because I played in them for so long. They're just one of my favorite jerseys. I love black. I love the green, the gray. It's just a cool design jersey. You can see on the hands that I've ripped them from playing in them for so long. That's how they ended up on the wall.
Oh, mate, I see you're a Patriots fan. Shit.
Yeah. Well, actually, funny that you say that. There's another nice little piece from HK. It's a Patriots
colors? Oh, okay.
It's just a little addition that they did a while ago. They did about 6 teams, I think, and I was able to get this off Benny Dawson when he stopped playing. So this is my Bobby Aviles Ironman jersey, which I got when he last played for us, for Explicit. This is a Impact jersey that was specially made for the team. I was luckily enough to get my hands on one of them from Zach.
That doesn't look like any Impact jersey I've ever seen.
It's makeshift off the Oilers, the Edmonton Oilers
Okay.
hockey team.
Yeah, I was gonna say it looked like a hockey jersey.
This is a European All-Star jersey. Once again, I picked it up pretty cheap. It did have quite a lot of damage, but still, it's a part of a collection.
Really?
This is my Philly Americans jersey, which I love because it's a lot of history behind this team. A lot of great players came from this team, and obviously it's
Moorhead?
a guy that comes over a lot to Australia and brings a part to sevens and stuff. So that's a cool piece. This is my infamous jersey that I picked up. It has no number on the back, but that is Todd Martinez's signature.
Cool.
So that's pretty cool. And this is like one of my favorite jerseys of all time, and was able to get it. I was able to send it overseas and get it signed by Todd himself. This thing's in pristine condition. Like, I don't even think it's seen a field at all.
I'd have a hard time mailing that off. Cash money.
So that's pretty cool. And then just I thought I'd throw in this little piece here. Everyone knows this is my headband that I wear every game, and I just wanted to bring this in because I actually bought this off Tim Montrezl at World Cup Asia.
Wow.
So it's a little piece that I've carried for a long time, and obviously it means a bit more now.
You're lucky to have it, man.
Yeah. So other than that, we still have a bit of a pile of jerseys to still go through and another room to go through, but you guys will have to wait for that one.
Thanks, Amanda. So you missed out that I got my cat Poppy here. I just wanted to give a shout out to Jared, and thanks for that, Amanda and Dad. So Jared has a nice collection there, and not only does he have a nice collection, but he also has taken a liking to what we're doing here. And so Jared's kind of been behind the scenes trying to help put me in touch with people, and I'm hoping that he and I are going to be able to bring a couple of pretty special guests one day soon. So keep an eye out for that. All right, now the last thing that I want to do is show off one more thing. So PB Athlete. I first learned about PB Athlete, Connor Johnston's company, through PBHQ because he's a sponsor of PBHQ. And most recently he's dropped his new collection of beanies, and I bought a bunch of them. I bought a few of these gold ones, which they're pretty sweet. I bought a few of these to be, maybe best and fairest awards if we ever do get paintball up and running back here in South Australia. Sort of a gold beanie trophy sort of a thing. And I got a few myself as well. But in my package, he told me, like, oh, I've thrown a little something extra in there, and I'm thinking, oh, there might be a sticker or two in there. I don't know. This is what he threw at me. So this is one of Connor's strike jerseys, obviously Eskimo Brothers in purple, from the new strike jerseys that he's done. And he sent me one of his own name and number on the back. And he even mentioned when he was sending something to me, oh, don't get too excited. I didn't send you my Fedorov jersey or anything like that. And like, I wouldn't have expected him to. But to be perfectly honest, to get a personal jersey like this from a mate, this means more than having a Fedorov jersey to me. That's just the way I am, my relationship with jerseys and that sort of thing. And I asked him a little bit about it, and he said that this one's important to him because this is one of the first 2 jerseys that he had finished as part of the new Strike series. It was essentially the first finished jersey for a team that he's done with the Strike jersey. So not only is it, a great jersey that he sent me, but it's also sentimental to him, which makes it that much more important to me. Now, I've never gotten my hands on one of his Strike jerseys. They seem really light, which is awesome for Australia. I've put it on; it's really comfy, and it's not one with pads, which is kind of the way to go nowadays. It's just light, and it's got everything you need, nothing you don't. So yeah, how good is that? Connor sent me. That's my newest jersey, and I think that's the first jersey I've received as a result of this show. So Connor, you're a legend. Thank you for doing that. I look forward to seeing more of what PB Athlete has to come. And if you want to get around Connor, you can find him on Facebook and Instagram, but the website is pbathleteclothing.com. Now, I don't have a graphic for it because I think I've gone all the way back around. But as usual, tomorrow is Monday, and that's when Dwayne does all of his work, showing off the events for the week and any news, especially from Action, paintballshop.com. So tune in tomorrow, PBHQ, where Dwayne does all the hard yards, and I will see you again next week. I will be at an event next weekend, but I'm going to pre-record something, so still tune in. I'll pre-record something for everybody. But I'm going to go to check out a Gel Blasters event the Adelaide Assassins are running next week. Okay, thank you guys for tuning in. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Thank you for supporting me with that. And I will see you guys next week.